Hello, my love. Do you always feel like you want to eat ice cream when you're home alone? Or maybe it's that guilty chocolate when no one is watching. It might be that you're craving salty foods when you're stressed. And do your cravings always just show up for you? If so, I would love to invite you to my new Conquering Cravings Masterclass, where we will delve deep into your cravings, what they mean to you, and how to start conquering your cravings. At the end of this masterclass, you will confidently have a step-by-step process on stopping self-sabotage and taking charge of your health. This is a 90-minute masterclass, which is absolutely free for you to come and join. And it's designed to dive deep into the science behind why we get cravings and proven strategies to get back into control with that. So sign up for the masterclass. It's happening on the 24th of March at 3 p.m. Australian Daylight Savings Time. If you can't make it, let me know and I will make sure that you get access to this training. I think that it's going to be such a beautiful way for you to really understand and start working with your cravings. So I'll pop the link for this in the show notes below. I can't wait to see you there. Bye. Welcome to Beyond Overeating by Wholesome Lifestyle Project, the Overeating podcast, where I'll be showing up weekly to share with you what I've learned during my binge eating recovery, helpful tools such as yoga, mindfulness, and energy medicine. My name is Stell, and my purpose is to inform and educate so that you can fast track your recovery in healing your relationship with food and finally trust yourself around the peanut butter jar. Join me as I share top tips, my struggles and triumphs to help inspire or just entertain. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you if you can't stop overeating. That's why I'm here to guide you. Hello, my lovelies. I am so happy to be back here today on Wednesday, recording this episode for you. And today I really wanted to hop on into a really hot topic, which is cravings, and something as binge eaters or emotional eaters or anyone with eating problems really struggle with their cravings. They feel that they are just almost a pain in the neck. And sometimes they just show out of nowhere and there's absolutely nothing for you or that you can do about it. So I wanted to talk just about cravings and what they are, but for more details and going deeper into this, I'd love to invite you to join us in the Conquer Your Craving Masterclass happening next week. I'll pop the details for that in the show notes and below this episode so that you can sign up and get notified when the training is. Mark it in your calendar and come and join us. This is a hour and a half masterclass where we really get deep and personal with your cravings. So you don't want to miss this because so many people have had amazing breakthroughs just understanding their cravings better, and they've learned how to really work with them instead of against them. So come and join me as I'm looking at my screen here. It's just in about 7 days from now. So let me know if you would like to be a part of that by signing up. And I will send you the details of how you can join in the conversation on the Conquer Your Cravings Masterclass. So let's talk about cravings and maybe just what they are. And also I wanted to just talk today about some misconceptions about cravings. And, I do have a few little notes here. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're seeing me looking down, it's just because I don't want to actually miss out on anything. And I can sometimes get carried away and I forget what I want to say if you haven't noticed yet. So If you're new to the podcast, thank you and welcome to the Beyond Overeating podcast by Wholesome Lifestyle Project. My name is Stella Coombe-Heath. I am your host, and I'm so excited to have you here today. If you are struggling with binge eating or overeating or any form of eating problems, really, this is the podcast for you. I'd love for you to share this episode on your Instagram stories or even Facebook stories now. You can share this just from listening from your normal platform. Also, tag me in the episode and let me know what was your biggest takeaway. I'd love to know, what's really supported you, and that will really help me get get close to what content I can create for you in the future with regards to going through eating issues and problems. So I just wanted to also let you know that if you wanted to ask me questions, this is an open platform. I really want to support you as much as I can. So you're welcome to go to my website, wholesomelifestyleproject.com. On there is a chat little function. Type in your details, type your question, and let me know what you need support on, and I can help you with that. If you want to know certain things about future episodes or what you would like to hear on episodes, I'd love to support you in that way. This is what this platform is about, is to really give you the resources and the truth about what it takes to heal your relationship with food and body. And so, yeah, just feel free to reach out or even just say hi. I'd love to hear from you. So don't ever feel shy about anything. Today, as you can see, I've already gone on a bit of a tangent. I get so excited about the ways in what way I want to be open with you. I want this to be an open relationship where we can chat and openly I can share things with you even off this podcast. So that is why I mention it. That's why I'm so passionate. My mission is to help 1 million women have a better relationship with food in their bodies. And I can't do that if I can't hear from you. So give me a shout, or find me on Instagram, wholesomelifestyleproject.com, and send me a message there as well. So I wanted to talk today about cravings, and I do understand that cravings can be extremely frustrating, and we might just feel 100% powerless against cravings. But one thing I wanted to open up with today is just a bit of a mindset shift when it comes to cravings and some of the misconceptions we have out there about cravings, and where you can start paying attention to instead of these misconceptions, right? Okay, so let's talk about one thing I wanted to kind of also just give you a bit of an idea of is I talk a lot about the urge to binge, and someone recently asked me, well, what is the difference between an urge and a craving? And I wanted to unpack that a little bit because I think there's a lot of merit in this. So let's talk about a craving. So the textbook or the definition of a craving is a powerful desire for something. So a craving for chocolate, for example. Okay. The definition of an urge is a strong desire or impulse. Okay, so if we put this into a sentence, he felt the urge to giggle. She felt the urge to binge. Can you see there's like a small little difference there? So the craving is the physiological response we get, which I'll go into in a little bit more detail, to an imbalance in the body, or it could be emotional, and it could be actually visual. I talk a lot. I'm going to unpack these different causes of cravings more in the Conquer Your Cravings Masterclass, but usually this craving is because of an imbalance in the body. Now, second reason why we have cravings is because of a deprivation mindset. Yep, you've heard me right. And I've talked about this often. When we restrict our food intake and we keep restricting ourselves, unfortunately, what will happen is eventually this little inner rebel is going to rebel and bring out that craving for whatever you are depriving yourself of. Okay, so now that we kind of know what a craving is, let's look at an urge then. So the urge is actually a response to the craving. Okay, so you have the urge to take action and an impulse to do something. Okay, so your body is out of alignment, whether that is emotional, physical, mental, whatever the case is. And then all of a sudden you have this urge to act or desire to act on that. Okay, so you have the urge to binge. We also have talked about this before, the urge to feel guilty for eating. We also have the urge to purge, and not always purging in the sense of making ourselves sick, but we might purge in restrictive eating or overly exercising. So the urge is this desire to take action, where the craving is just a desire for something. Okay, if that makes sense. So now that we know that, and we have talked a lot about how to manage your urges, you can go and listen out to episode 2. I think it's 5, 10, and 11 will give you quite a big understanding of how to deal with your urges and where they come from. Today, I wanted to focus on cravings. And now that we understand that cravings is just your body actually communicating with you, hey, there's a shortage here, or there's something out of alignment. Okay. And now that we know that, we know that cravings are actually not that harmless. What we need to work on is the response to the craving, which is the urge. And the urge is what is going to lead you into cycles of binge eating and restriction and guilt and shame and everything else. Okay, so there are many reasons we have cravings, and I will be talking about that more in the Conquer Your Cravings Masterclass, just for the sake of, really expanding on the ideas and the concepts. But we have visual cues, we've got hunger, we've got deprivation. All those play a role in why we have cravings. And if you think about it, your body doesn't have a voice, right? So the only way your body can communicate something to us is through letting us know that we need something, like a craving, right? So now there's certain misconceptions and certain myths about cravings out there. And I wanted to just really get into that as well. And this will actually be a nice preparation for you if you are coming to the Cravings Masterclass, because then you will have kind of just an idea of, where we're going. And it's not the craving that we need to worry about, it's how we react to cravings, So here's just a few things that we kind of get our minds wrapped into when it comes to cravings. And the first one is, craving sugar means that I am addicted to sugar. And I wanted to first of all say that that is a myth. And that myth that's just it. It's a rumor. Okay. And there is no scientific proof that sugar is actually addictive. So there's another little mind shift for you from that perspective. So when you crave sugar, usually what that means is that we are actually struggling with feeling stress, or we could be physically exhausted and needing more energy for the body. So perfectly valid reasons, because the body knows that sugar is a quick resource of sugar itself. Okay. All right. So that was the one. The next one is craving salty means that I'm lacking sodium. Now, funny fact about craving salty foods is that that can actually indicate dehydration. So usually what happens is the body knows that you would seek out water once you've had something salty, and craving salty foods usually can mean either anxiety or actually that you are thirsty. Okay. Now, here's another big myth that I wanted to kind of get through. And I think we talk a lot about this on this podcast, but feeling hungry means that you are thirsty. Okay. So I just wanted to break that down for you. The feeling of hunger is completely different to the feeling of fullness. Okay, so feeling hunger, you feel it in your stomach, you feel agitated, annoyed, frustrated, a gurgling sound, everything comes from the gut. Okay, thirst you'll feel in the mouth. They are not related. So whenever someone says, well, I'm just going to have some water in case I'm actually just thirsty, you can tell them, no, actually eat something because you are actually hungry. So you will know the difference between thirst and hunger. So honor both of those separately. Okay. We need to make sure that we honor our hunger, as we've talked about before. Replacing it with water is not a good way for us to go. You know that, I know that. It's going to end up badly for you, back into a cycle of binge eating, or just getting into a place of feeling serious deprivation, which is going to trigger that urge eventually. Okay. All right. So next I wanted to talk about cravings and the fact that we often think that cravings is all about willpower. And again, willpower is a topic we've talked about before. And I really, really think that willpower has got nothing to do with cravings. So willpower says that we exercise our will over something. That's a rough definition. Please don't take my word for it. But that is saying that you will exercise your will over your body. And your body is experiencing the cravings. Your body is a machine, technically, and the machine is built to survive. So that machine will do whatever it needs to do. And if it has cravings, it will eventually create the urge to eat, and it will eventually give in to that urge if you don't start looking and nurturing your body properly. Okay, so willpower will never win over cravings or urges, because it's just, from a survival standpoint, it doesn't make sense. Why would your body want you to override with willpower something that might risk you your life, your survival? Okay, so your brain, your part of that survival brain, your food zombie brain, will never allow you to just willpower your way through cravings, especially when cravings are trying to tell you, hey, I need energy, or hey, I need comforts, whatever the case is, and you just ignore it, and you're just going to go, oh, no, I'm just going to willpower this away. Unfortunately, you are going to feel like you have lost your willpower and your discipline eventually, because your body's survival instinct is always going to win. Okay. And the last one is, we should be able to control our cravings, or there's something wrong with me because I have unstoppable cravings. All right. So cravings is actually a sign that your body is working properly. It's communicating with you that something is out and It's needing something from you. That's the only way it's going to tell you what you need. So the problem we have is not with cravings. Cravings, they're a good thing, right? The problem comes back to our urges and how we manage urges. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you this week because I feel like sometimes we just get into these patterns of misunderstanding and just sending ourselves into a panic when it comes to like, oh my gosh, I'm craving sugar. The thing is about craving sugar is if you understand it and you look after your body, you might not actually act on that impulse. It might even be like, wow, okay, I'm craving sugar. I have actually just eaten, but I've just realized that I'm actually quite stressed today. And that might be why I'm needing the sugar, because my body wants the energy to run away. And then I can manage my stress. And the craving has done its job. It's told you what it needed. Okay. So if you are wanting to know more about the Conquer Your Cravings Masterclass, I'm going to put the details below, because we will be decoding your cravings so you can understand more what each craving might mean for you. We'll also go into a 3-step method to stop unhealthy food cravings for you. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me today on this podcast. I know this is a bit of a shorter episode, but I just wanted to give you the opportunity to come and join us in the mastermind or masterclass. I'm not sure why I'm getting confused between mastermind and masterclass. And also just to, again, thank you for your amazing support in this podcast. You are what really drives the need for this podcast. And I'm so glad that I can be here and to support you on your journey. So reach out if you need, share this episode with a friend or family member who might need it. And I can't wait to see you again next week for the next episode of the Beyond Overeating podcast. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to share this with all your friends. You can do this by adding this to your Instagram story and tagging me at Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or by simply telling them about it. If you could rate and review on whatever platform you are listening, this will go a long way in helping me get this podcast out there so that I can share my message and help as many women out there struggling with food issues as I can. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram on Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Coombe-Heath, and that's where you'll find me on LinkedIn. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.